But you don't need to know that. I don't want to scare you. Yes, I do. I want to scare you into doing something positive. It's sort of funny. If you put a bunch of bad news in your title, people watch it. You put something to do practical, and you don't even get close to the votes. People want fear porn. They want it. You guys want it. But I like giving it to you because I'm trying to motivate you to do something.
We are heading for mass extinction. There you go. That's it. End it there. As humans destroy our own habitat. That is the no-holds-barred message from climate change expert Guy McPherson from the University of Arizona. Some label him an eco-terrorist. Others say he's an anarchist. But could he just be a realist? Guy's in New Zealand on a speaking tour and joins me now. Guy, great to see you again.
Likewise, Paul.
Last time I spoke to you, 2014, and you sort of, snatched any hope of a future from me and my family. It was doom and gloom. Has anything changed since then in your account of things?
Oh yes, the situation is far worse than it was then.
Okay.
Well, it depends on your perspective. Again, my perspective is that there is nothing to be done in terms of preserving the human species more than a few more years. Other people think that actions will increase their own longevity, which might be true depending upon what they do and where they move to. But I think in terms of the human race, we're done. It's locked in. It's been locked in for a long time. We're in the midst of the sixth mass extinction.
Okay, we'll talk about your time frame in a moment because future. How much time do we have? How much time does the human race have?
I can't imagine there will be a human on the planet in 10 years. I suspect it'll be...
No, I'm sorry. Did you say 10 years?
Yes, in my out loud voice even. Yes, I can't... we're headed for a temperature within that span that is at or near the highest temperature experienced on Earth in the last 2 billion years. That's at least an order of magnitude faster than occurred during the Great Dying 252 million years.
But you are suggesting then that the temperature increase will be phenomenal over the next few years.
Oh, yes. Yeah, this is exponential change, and we have difficulty coming to grips with exponential change because...
No, I understand the term exponential, and I understand the term change. What I don't want to understand is your time frame.
Sure.
So now, us fear-mongering content creators, YouTube creators out here, what are we saying now? Go prep. The time to prep is nearing an end. Eventually, you are not going to find what you need no matter how much money you have. Because I honestly don't think that we have enough product right now in our country to satisfy everyone's needs for the next 6 months to a year. It's got to be impossible, all right? I'm not a proponent of telling people to go into debt to get things. However, if you don't have anything stocked up and you do have a little bit of room on one of those instruments that you slide and you get stuff and then you have to pay it back. And I'm not saying it because I'm really not a proponent of it. I don't want to tell you to go out and get into debt. But what I would do is if I had nothing right now, if I only had a week's worth of food right now, I would take my credit card and I would go out and I would buy as much stuff as I could with that credit card and then worry about paying it back later and or pay it back as soon as possible. Because I think that the time is right. The time is not to think about it anymore. The time is to take action and go make sure that your family and yourselves are taken care of.
With winter setting in and being on the second round of lockdowns and restrictions, we need to talk about the fact that we as a population will probably not survive another pandemic here in the future. So stick around for the rest of the video. We're going to talk about why we won't survive another pandemic, especially if it has a higher fatality and a higher infection rate.
What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome if it's your first time here. And welcome to a nice Saturday afternoon here in Tennessee. Guys, you think it's bad now, you just wait. It's going to get much, much worse. In fact, 6 months to a year from now, this country is going to be completely changed to the point that it's going to be unrecognizable to most of us. Mainly because of the actions of the federal government and also the fact that the supply chain is collapsing. And the things that you need, to survive are going to be extremely difficult or impossible to find. And if you do find those to purchase, the price is going to be increased exponentially from what they were at this time 6 months to a year from now. And guys,
did you vote for this? Did you vote for these people that vote for this? Anyway, I just want to remind you that you can cheer for things or be against things. The bottom line is, I'm gonna rock your world, because I know that some of you are like, oh, you're just a Trump supporter. Maybe I am. But you know what? The government still doesn't give a damn about you. Yeah, I said that. I'm going to get political. Anybody that thinks yesterday was a good idea, thinks that the things that are going on are good ideas, I hope you have plenty of spam on your shelf. I doubt you do. I would say most people that are very critical of people like me don't even know how to grow a tomato plant. I have figured that out. So that's why I typically don't waste my time arguing with you folks, because you have less skills than people like typically. Okay, I better be politically correct. Typically have less skills. You're not working on anything, because when somebody tries to argue politics as opposed to speaking reality in terms of whether they think the government actually gives a crap about you and your rights, they're not doing anything to help themselves. They really think that these people are for them and coming to help them. See, so you're dealing with people that are on like another totally different planet. So here's what I'm going to say. And I apologize for sweating, but see, I've been up for hours working with animals and heat and doing all kinds of stuff outside. So if you have not started preparing by now, it's too late. Does that mean you shouldn't give it an effort? Does that mean you shouldn't try to do what you can? Does that mean that there's the one person out there that can go and start today and not stop and still do whatever needs to, yeah, I mean, there is always that small percentage, but I'm going to tell you right now, I do believe as of yesterday that if your britches aren't on fire, to do everything that you can to prepare yourself. And this isn't just about putting spam or canning potatoes or getting seeds and paying off debt and doing all of these things. This is also about your mind. This is also about your soul. And this is also about your heart.
Because to answer the question, just truthfully and honestly, no, I don't believe it's too late to prepare. I think that there are consequences to doing anything last minute. Don't get me wrong, but I don't think it's too late to prepare. I don't think it's ever too late to prepare. I think that we have to realize the hypocrisy of such statements or such beliefs. And the reason why I say that is because, how can I in one breath say, in 2020, 2016, 2021, 2023, how can I say it's too late to prepare, and then I continue to make video content about preparing? I don't understand that, to say that it's too late to do something, but yet I'm going to keep making content about that very thing it's too late to do. Seems pragmatic, face value. Now, with that being said, fear porn content sells. It always sells. It will always continue to sell. Southern Prepper 1 is correct. So I understand that narrative. And again, this isn't to discourage anybody from watching any channel. You guys watch whatever channels and get whatever content you can. But for those of you that are new to preparedness or are unsure about preparedness, I don't want you to be disheartened either. With that being said, I have linked all the videos, the clips that I used. I've linked the full video so you can kind of go and take a look at it in totality. I agree with a lot of things that they say, but when things don't make sense or when the narrative is, incorrect or done in such a way to induce fear for market value, I think that's kind of hypocritical, kind of messed up. But not my channel, their channel. They got to make their paper the way they make it. So that's all I have for you guys. Very, very short, very sweet, to the point. It is not too late to prepare. As always, guys, long live the Republic.